Alright guys, in the midst of all the videos about Viper, I realised we need to talk about RYU. Ken. We don't need to talk about Ken, we need to talk about RYU. Our boy is actually looking pretty good. It's a shame he's not a legend, but this is mine. I've got him up to double S. Some of you might think I've gone crazy and I've wailed, but I actually didn't. I've used 270 tickets, and this definitely helped 100%. So to the person that loves to comment on my videos telling me how don't ever summon when a banner first drops, you get terrible rates, and he thinks I'm lying when I say that it's not the case for me. It's not the case for me. It's RNG. RNG is RNG. You can get lucky, you can get unlucky. It doesn't matter when you summon, it's just all nonsense. Rates are the same all the time, right? But we're going to talk about Ken, what he's like as a unit. Is he good? Is he worth going for? I find it's always easier to go and look at these guys in the trial, because if we go here, I can just easily look at everything about their kit all on the one page, okay? So let's start off by talking about TRENDY RYU. So, start off with his passive. Upon entering the battle, increase the healing effects received by this fighter by 30% until the battle ends. When this fighter unleashes a combo or super combo, dealing additional damage equal to 30% of the total damage taken by this fighter since their last combo or super combo, capped at 600% of attack. So while you're getting attacked, between you doing an attack and launching the next attack, you are going to do more damage from that, okay? So he's a build-up unit, basically, right? When it's maxed out, you'll recover 40% of lost HP upon unleashing a combo or super combo, and at level 3 increases damage to 42% of damage taken since this fighter's last combo or super combo. It's still going to be capped at 600%, right? We'll look at his fighting spirit. It's maybe changed in there, I can't remember. So if we go ahead and look at his super now, we'll see what he does in that regard. So, strike the nearest target with maximum force, dealing damage equal to 550% of attack, plus true damage equal to 15% of this fighter's max HP. Also activate damage sharing causing 30% damage dealt to friendly fighters to be taken by this fighter instead for 8 seconds. I'm sorry about the background noise. My son's in the room. He doesn't speak. He just makes noises, and he's making lots of weird noises. I don't know why, so I apologise, right? Level 2 increases true damage to 25% of this fighter's max HP, increases the damage sharing amount to 35% of damage dealt to all friendly fighters, right? His C1, unleash a Hadouken that deals damage equal to 336% of attack, then activate damage sharing causing 30% of damage dealt to friendly fighters to be taken by this fighter instead for 10 seconds. That goes up to 386% and it increases the damage sharing amount to 35%. He also, remember, heals back. That might be in his fighting spirit, but he heals back HP, right? He's got HP recovery. Leap forward and unleash a spinning kick that strikes targets in an area 6 times, dealing damage equal to 672% of attack in total. Each strike has a 50% chance to inflict bleed. Then activate damage sharing, causing 30% of damage dealt to friendly fighters to be taken by this fighter instead for 12 seconds. Increases damage to 774% of attack, increases the sharing amount to 35% of damage dealt, right? We already know about bleed, so there's no point in really going over what bleed does. I think we're all aware of that by now, right? So let's look at his equipment. His assist, when the assisted fighter enters a battle for the first time, they receive increased the healing effects by 15%. I probably wouldn't use him as an assist for that reason, right? Unlocked at level 10, upon getting a hit, recover 8% max HP, triggering it for 5 seconds. Level 20, when this fighter activates damage sharing, increase their damage reduction by 25% for 12 seconds. And finally, after dealing additional damage with the passive skill, recover 18% max HP and heal other friendly fighters by 3% for 6 seconds of 3% of his HP, right? So it's pretty decent. He's got some good like health recovery and stuff like that. And if we look at his garage, finally, we'll see when this fighter takes fatal damage for the first time, preventing their HP going below 1 for 8 seconds. So he won't die, he'll survive fatal hits. Then he'll probably get in another attack and be able to get some of that HP back, which is great. When this fighter activates damage sharing, increase all friendly fighters' defense by 60% and attack by 25% for 12 seconds. Now, I'm sure you've done the trial with him. I'm just going to let this actually play because I like him. I think he is a very solid unit. He is very typically what I would call a bruiser unit. He is going to function very well with the new unit. Surprisingly, he would work very well with the new Viper. There's loads of units he would work well with. He potentially work well with Vega, although I don't really think Vega needs any additional bleed units on his team to actually function, but he will do well. He will function very, very well in a kind of setup like that. Again, I apologise about this background noise. I've tried to get him to stop, but he won't, so I can't really do anything about it. But overall, what do I think of Ryu? I obviously like him. I wouldn't have started summoning for him. I can see places where he would be quite useful. He would be decent on a PvP team. I don't know. I need to test it. I think he would still die against Vega. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure because it's not technically a revival mechanic, so I don't know. But I think he would still die against Vega. There's a chance that he doesn't die against Vega though, and it could be someone who could be a counter. We're going to need to test that one going forward, and I certainly will test that one going forward. But Ryu is one of my favourite characters. It's nice to see him in the game properly. I don't like the fact that he looks so short and squat. And if you look at him, he's very stocky, and I don't think Ryu is supposed to be that stocky. So that is slightly unfortunate. But hey, who cares? At the end of the day, it's just a sprite. The sizing of these sprites is very inconsistent throughout the entire game, so it is what it is. Would I summon for him? I mean, yeah, because there's not that many divination units that are actually worth going for. I would still put your divination tokens into getting dupes of like your Gokins, your Onis, your Vegas, all that type of stuff before I would consider going for Ryu. But for people who are looking to chase good versions of their favourite unit, then definitely if Ryu is one of your favourite units, then absolutely go for him. He's not a waste. He's totally going to serve a purpose, and I wouldn't be shocked to see him popping up on some decent builds moving forward. He's definitely one of the better divination units. I'd maybe put him in the same kind of category as I'd say someone like Sagat. Hits very hard. He's supporting the team a wee bit more than Sagat would. Probably doesn't hit as hard as Sagat, but well, does he? I don't know. I need to test him more, but I like him. I honestly like him. I think he's a good unit, and I think he's going to probably do well in game. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Good unit, go for it. I like him. When mine's built, I'm going to try running him in a team with new Viper, infinitely do super attacks, and we'll see how we get on. I've been Hayzink. Sorry about the noise. Catch you in the next one. Peace.